Hey gang, welcome to the final episode of Chapter 9 of the Crucible Chronicles. Again, as a reminder, in this chapter we're playing random decks from my collection. So let's start off by figuring out what deck we're going to play today. Alright, here's our little list. So far, we've played Nebula, the Chaotically Destructive, Lavinia, Rot and Forgotten Ald Maggot, the Prismatic Butler, Diana, and most recently, the Czar of Ironton. So let's go ahead and pick a random number between 2 and 31. Again, if it selects one of the ones that we've already played, we'll do another random number. All right. I don't know why this other stuff changed, but it's all good. 25. Got the Adored Queen Squire of Shalroads. I don't actually know if this deck has been played in the Crucible Chronicles yet, so we'll take a quick look at the deck list, and we'll then get into the game after that. Here we go. This is the Adored Queen Squire of Shalroads. This has been played in Chainbound before. It's actually 3-0 in Chainbound. Technically has 3 chains on it. This deck is pretty interesting, I'll say. It's got some interesting Brobnar. It's got double Anger to ready and fight with a creature. Double Gauntlet, so you can get some, like, a lot of fighting off with Brobnar creatures or other creatures. But one of my personal favorite things with this deck is the fact that it has the double Anger, double Gauntlet, and with the Mugwump. So Mugwump, of course, is a rare creature, the greatest of all Brobnar creatures that ever existed, changed my mind, and has a passive ability after an enemy creature is destroyed, fighting Mugwump, fully heal Mugwump, and give it a +1 power counter. Anyway, I just love Mugwump. It's so cool, especially in this deck, if you can get stuff lined up. One additional cool synergy is that this does have the War Chest, so as an action on this artifact, gain 1 ember for each enemy creature that was destroyed in a fight this turn. So if you can kill a bunch of creatures with all the gauntlets and angers and Mugwump, you can still actually generate ember, which is kind of fun. Aside from that, ember control options are pretty low. It does have 2 experimental therapies and some pretty good targets for it. Obviously Mugwump, the greatest thing. Like, why wouldn't you want to be able to use Mugwump on a Logos or Sanctum turn? No, but in all reality, some of the better ones, if you can get the Archivist, that's pretty good. The Doc Bookingtons are great targets for experimental therapy, and also the Sequis, the Sequai, if you will, the Dos Equis, if you will. Those are pretty good targets for the experimental therapy, but those, of course, also tend to get killed as they are pretty reasonable ember control. Anyways, I'm not expecting a huge amount. This deck is kind of like just a fun deck to play, but doesn't really have a whole lot of like competitive options. But you know, let's not let that get us down. We'll take this to the Crucible and we'll see how it goes for us. All right, looks like we're playing against Conticali. This sounds familiar from Shadow Worlds. Conticali will be playing AWOL. AWOL, the Witch of the Observatory. It's interesting. Logos, Shadows, Mars. Of course, this is a Genka deck in Mars, so that's gonna be interesting. Logos has a Binate Rupture, but no Graft. A couple Wild Wormholes, Helper Bot. Interesting. Curator, Curator, which allows actually the most recent answering KeyForge questions you never asked episode that I put out had something to do with a Curator, so I'll leave you to check that out. Quickly plug my other content. That's definitely a pretty cool card. Double Subtle Maul would be pretty brutal. Let's see. So what do we want to do here? We've got 3 Brobnar cards. Heap the Huge could be pretty good. I don't know how much I care about that. I mean, I could put the Sequis down. It's actually probably pretty good. Putting down the Sequis. I've got Heap the Huge and Anger, so I could potentially kill something if I need to. So I'll put down Sequis. Feels good to get some Ember control down on the board. Maybe there's something to be said about putting down the Gauntlet of Command. That way I could just get some value out of that. All right, plays and reveals the Ganymede Archivist. All right, so this actually works out okay for us. We'll go with Brobnar. We'll play out the Gauntlet of Command. The Gauntlet of Command, again, feels great to have that out early. I've played a fair amount of games where I haven't had that out early. Now they do have Logos, so we'll go ahead and ready and fight Hebe into the Archivist. I can see definitely some different options here. Going with Sanctum, we could stun the Titan Mechanic. Do we think they're going to go back into Logos? Because I could also Wild Wormhole. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's go Logos here. This moves 3 cards, which I feel pretty good about. I'm not super worried about that Titan Mechanic right now. Don't really want this Doc Bookington to get mauled. To get hit with that subtle maul. I feel like this could go a number of different ways. I've got some stuff out with Brobnar, and the Gauntlet really opens up stuff coming out of hand. So I'm going to play the Doc Bookington first, in case we get an experimental therapy. Okay, it's a punch dead, so we'll go ahead and punch the Titan Mechanic, and then play out Dr. Escatera. All right, so we do see Logos come down again. Yeah, fighting the Doc Bookington, not suffering our Doc Bookington to draw a card. Do we go with Brobnar here, or do we try and set up more Sanctum? I think maybe going Brobnar here is going to be good. I can get a double Reap. We get our second Gauntlet of Command out. So we'll Reap with Hebe, a Gauntlet to allow a second Reap with Hebe, and then we'll put out a Fire Spitter. All right, there we go. So we did pick up an experimental therapy. In and of itself, not going to be great to play alone. Looks like we're going to be able to potentially get some good stuff done here. All right, so Flotsam Spike, managed to play around that pretty well. Dr. Escatera, Hebe. I mean, not super worried about Hebe. We could kill this Stormcrawler. But I think probably running out Sanctum is going to be pretty good. And Ember Control is there. Not a huge amount out of hand. So let's go Sanctum. We'll play out Lady Maxina. Done the Stormcrawler. Play out the Raiding Knight. I kind of wish this Staunch Knight were over there, and I wish I had an Anafield to protect this Sequus. But I guess we have the Sanctum Guardian, so maybe we can draw into that. So I'll play out the Staunch Knight. We'll play Radiant Truth. And I guess I play Take Hostages and then fight into Stormcrawler, because it actually doesn't do any damage because we have 2 armor, and Stormcrawler of course only deals 1 damage when fighting. There we go, there's our Anafield. Oh my gosh, hits the war chest, that's brutal. Removing Stormcrawler's done. All right, wow. So we got a key. That's pretty good. Got a key. We can go Brobnar here if we want. We can also go Sanctum. We can go Sanctum. We can stun the Gamgee. Fight. Let's see. Probably want to kill this Umbra and the Stormcrawler. my other option here. If I go Brobnar, I can fight Gamgee again with Fire Spitter. I guess we will take 1 damage. That will kill the Umbra, kill the Gamgee, put more damage on the Stormcrawler. I actually kind of like that option. Go in Sanctum. It also gets more stuff out on the board. Lomer Flame Fist. Probably end up just playing it, just to have another creature out on the board. So we'll play out the Gauntlets. Do we just wipe this board? Or do we... let's Reap here. Reap here. Oh, that was dumb. That was dumb. I forgot about the Stormcrawler. If your opponent has more Ember than you, deal 1. Yeah, that was silly. My bad. And just blocked in this Dodge Knight. Oh my gosh. So many terrible plays. It's okay. It's okay. I should have just fought the Stormcrawler with the Fire Spitter, then fought Gamgee. That would have killed everything. Would have been great. Alright, so Bouncing Deathquark, Subtle Maul. It's all gone. It's all gone. Go Brobnar, we can fight once. It'll kill both of these. Reap, reap, reap. Can go Sanctum, can Lady Maxina. I really want to kill this this thing. So let's go Brobnar. We'll fight there, kill both those. We'll Reap. Gauntlet of Command to Reap. Gauntlet of Command to Reap. Not use the cannon because we're not that crazy. Suppose we could just use it on our Raiding Knight or Lady Maxina or Sequus. Any number of creatures that have 2 armor. I think we probably need to go Sanctum next turn. Just to make this a little bit more crazy. Alright, so we see Logos here. Pip. Pip's coming down. Library of Babel. Draw another card. Igor comes down as well. Alright, searching for the components. Searching for the pieces. Trying to get it all together. Lab work. At some point we're eventually going to need to take another Logos turn, but I guess it helps that our opponent has been milling away a bunch of our Logos cards. Alright, so we do see the Helper Bot. Helper Bot, what? Maybe the Martian Generosity? I guess that would be kind of weird. Yeah, there it is, Martian Generosity. Wild Wormhole into Rocket Boots. This card's Binary Rupture. Let's see. So what is that curator actually gonna be a problem for us? Library is already down. Got 2 Ember. I think I'd probably still go Sanctum here. I think we still go Sanctum. We got stuff to put down. We got that thing there. We probably need to kill this Titan Librarian and the Pip. Both malls are already down. Combat Pheromones has already been played. Not like super worried about this curator right now. So let's fight there. Fight there. We'll reap. We'll reap. Capture 1 there. So I got this Anaphiel. Question is, do I protect the Remiel? I think I do. We'll put down Champion Anaphiel, Commander Remiel, and then a Sequus over here to the further left. Tell you, that doesn't quite get us to check. But boy, it sure puts out a lot of stuff on the board. Our opponent actually doesn't really have a huge amount to to speak of. All right, see Maul to get rid of the anger and the anomaly exploiter. All right, fine by me. I probably wasn't planning on going Logos anyways, so. Plays Throwing Stars. I'm gonna hit the Lemindra Helper Bot. Remiel, okay. Plays Lil Nif. Lil Nif, more like probably about to be dead Nif. The question is, what is the best way to deal with this board? Is it to go Bravnar? I don't think so. I think we go Sanctum. I think we go Sanctum here. So we need to kill Lil Nif. Need to kill Lil Nif. Need to kill Umbra. We have this Fire Spitter, so that's good. Yeah, what's gonna be the best way to do this? I think Fire Spitter into Lil Nif will be good. That will kill the Helper Bot and Lemindra. We'll need to deal with the Umbra. And I gotta fight quite a bit. So we just, I don't know, fight there. We'll reap, use Fire Spitter. Fight there. Probably need to fight again. Probably need to fight at least right there. So we'll reap with Sequus, reap with other Sequus, reap with Champion Anaphiel, reap with Staunch Knights. Oh my goodness, look at this Hallowed Blaster value, up to 10 Ember. And hope there's nothing there. Here comes Mars. Killing Gauntlet of Command and Sequus. Alright. Mothership supports. Gonna deal with the Remiel. Maybe not. Wait, hold on. What's Mothership support? Breach ready. Oh man, that stinks. That is a bummer. That's a bummer town. Yeah. Okay. I think we'll just kind of keep doing what we were doing then. Fight there. We'll reap. Fight there. think drone, I don't think we care about. Reap. 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 Yeah, Sanctum Guardian to the left. And, sure. Yeah, sure, we'll do this. Wow, check with 9. This is, definitely been going in our favor. Oh my gosh, and we just picked up Mugwump. Man, brutal. This is brutal. I wanted Mugwump so long ago. Yeah, I think the thing that really was unfortunate for our opponent was that Martian Generosity didn't really seem to get a whole lot. I mean, I guess it drew a lot of Logos cards, but nothing that was like long enough it was gonna, nothing big enough that it was gonna like swing the momentum of the game. Certainly nothing that was gonna deal with this board, especially because we saw the Flotsam Spike come out so early. Well, there you have it. Wow, we did it. At least we could end this chapter of the Crucible Chronicles on a W. The adored Queen Squire of Shalroads managed to do it again, just through sheer like brute force on the board. Anyways, thank you so much for checking this out. Next week we're starting chapter 10 of the Crucible Chronicles, and got something fun in store for that. We're actually gonna be opening a deck in the video on Tuesday. We're gonna be opening a brand spanking new deck, and we're gonna play 5 games with it over the course of the next 5 episodes. So hopefully get something that's good, or at least interesting to play. And I look forward to seeing you on Tuesday.